Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Joey Knight Jr. here once again with another edition of Weekly Purchases. Now, today's episode is going to be a little different as normally with the theme of weekly purchases, it's been about one particular group of collectibles or items that I order. You know, one episode may be DVDs, the other episode may be action figures. Today is a conglomeration of a bunch of different stuff. And with that being said, I'm going to start this episode of Weekly Purchases by promoting some new products from my home promotion, Hay Barn Championship Wrestling. They've been expanding into different items to sell at the merch stand. One of those items is trading cards. Now, there's been 2 series so far, and Joey Knight Jr. has not been a part of any set yet. I know, it's a tragedy. The Hardcore Champion. 2 sets so far, and the Hardcore Champion's not been in. Hopefully that wrong will be rectified. But we're going to celebrate a portion of the people who have gotten a card so far. One of those people being our ring announcer, Miss Sarah Sunshine. She was in Series 1. And then on the back of each card, it has the HCW logo. And then the Series 1, Deck 1 on the back. This guy I've had my issues with. He's been one of the more annoying people I've had to deal with in my first year of pro wrestling in Hay Barn Championship Wrestling. Matthew DeLuna of the Trumans or Step Bros, whatever team he wants to bring for whichever month. Either way, it's equally annoying. A guy I've had an up and down relationship with so far in Hay Barn Championship Wrestling, one half of the Heartbreakers, Kyle Love, who I also successfully defended my hardcore title against recently, back at Freedom Fight Night in July. And next up, this is one of the concerning issues I had whenever it came to deciding to collect every single card Hay Barn Championship Wrestling put out. I knew there was going to be people that, quite frankly, it goes a little bit beyond annoyance and it's borderline hatred. Bad Guy of Carnage. Moving on. Don't want to focus on that any more than I have to. But now this one's the complete opposite. My boy, my day one, won the tag team titles on our very first night teaming together. My debut in professional wrestling. Won the tag team titles with this man. The Real Deal Eclipse, the last card in Series 1. Now moving on to Series 2. A guy I've had some issues with. Thankfully, his partner does not have a card yet. Mr. Dante Alfredo, he does not have a card yet. And better not get one before me, HCW. Better not. But his tag team partner, El Jefe, got a card in Series 2. Yep. And then the annoyance continues as next up, Gunnar Grayson, Nate Hammer, Omega, they got a card. And wow, the theme of just annoyance continues. Also representing Carnage and got a card in Series 2, Black Savage. Moving on. Now back to the up and down relationship. We have the other half of the Heartbreakers, Mr. Adam Shepard. Got a card in Series 2, and this is a good one to end it on, folks. We all love this guy. The HCW fans love this guy. A great portion of the locker room loves this guy. But senior official Todd has a card, our senior referee. He got a card in Series 2, and we love it for him. We love Todd around these parts. I will not take any Todd slander in the comments section. And now another item. I mean, they've had metal cups, but they've expanded on the designs. And as of right now, I'm going to have this weird rule where if I see myself on a piece of merchandise, I'm going to buy it. Now, there's a couple of t-shirts I need to get and, one or so that I need to have an extra of. But we started with the metal cup because their newest metal cup that they started selling is the little poster of the entire roster. And where am I at? I am right there. Hopefully one of these days, whenever they do an updated poster of the entire roster, we get a different picture of Joey Knight Jr. because that is the very first promo shot I ever gotten. Yeah. Not the best, but hey, I'm on a piece of merchandise. I'm on a cup. I'm on a cup, dang it. So had to get that. Now moving on. These next couple items, not necessarily really a purchase, more of like a giveaway or just a freebie. Recently, I was on the Major World Order. You know, when you subscribe up to their Patreon, the Major World Order podcast, Patreon exclusive. So go support the boys and go watch my interview by subscribing to their channel. And they sent out a little free care package. So we got a MWO sticker. Another sticker, but this time it's it's a PBR parody. We got a nice little picture of all the boys: Andrew Husfar, Billy Peck, and Jake Wyatt. A random little Major Bendy's trading card. Good old Hacksaw Jim Duggan with the American flag. I feel like this is like a decal I could put on my car, maybe, which I might. Major World Order. And then last but not least, we have a autographed picture of all the boys. They all autographed it. So that's lovely, lovely. Appreciate the boys over at the Major World Order for having me. And then this one, I did issue correction in the previous video I had from the big old lot that I got from their store. It's J&J figures, not collectibles. And recently on one of their Whatnot streams, I won a giveaway. And that giveaway is, I believe these are called Ripped and Ruthless. I got a Triple H. You see the DX rules in the background. What year is this? Does it say? This is, at the glare of the light, 98. Which, yeah, this version of Triple H, that fits. But yeah, you know, hey, I won a giveaway. So that's cool. And then next up, with all the DVDs I've been getting, you know, especially like some of the later ones, the newer ones, you know, around the 2017 and up period. They put things in there like stickers and trading cards. So I'm going to show off some of that stuff that I've gotten from, you know, those DVDs. A Rhea Ripley card. Braun Strowman. Finn Balor. The Rock, which I will keep this one because that is the WrestleMania I went to. The Rock beating Eric Rowan in, what was it? 6 seconds it was, I think. Yeah. And Dean Ambrose, who is currently known as Jon Moxley these days in AEW. And now on to more of the stickers. A nice Clash at the Castle little long sticker right there. We got a Roman Reigns Crown Jewel one. An Undertaker fathead, and then a Carmella fathead. All little inserts from the DVDs I've been buying. Which, speaking of DVDs, that is the next section we're going to move on to of weekly purchases. Little miscellaneous slot here, you know, outside of the normal WWE pay-per-view DVDs I've been buying. To add to the wrestling shows I've been to, WrestleCon 2016. The weekend of my very first WrestleMania, one of the things we decided to do was check out the WrestleCon Super Show. Tickets are pretty cheap, so we figured why not. And it was an amazing show. I'll read off some of the matches. I believe one of, if not the first time, Sami Callihan and Pentagon Jr. went up one-on-one. Let's see. Will Ospreay was there. I don't know if it'd be a popular decision or not to say who he wrestled at that show, but if you know, you know. For the Progress World Championship, a crazy 6-man tag team match. Matt Sydal, Rey Mysterio, and Ricochet versus Brian Cage, Chris Hero, and Zack Sabre Jr. Can you, like, picture that 6-man tag team match in 2016? Which is kind of disheartening to think that that was almost 10 years ago now. Oh, time flies and I don't like it. And then the main event was a Monster Ball match with Abyss, Andrew Everett, AR Fox, Pentagon Jr., Trevor Lee, and Jeff Hardy. I mean, that was just some of the matches that happened that night, but like, brother. Just from those 4 matches I said alone, like, that was well worth, like, I think it was like $30 we paid. Well worth it. Standing room only, but still well worth it. And then next up, my very first ever Ring of Honor show, Survival of the Fittest Night 2. The main event being the Texas Death Match with Cody and Christopher Daniels for the Ring of Honor World title, where Cody infamously put Christopher Daniels through a flaming table. Yeah. Crazy experience was that one. And then these next two are going to continue with the Ring of Honor theme. I went to this pay-per-view, Ring of Honor Final Battle 2022, which is most notable for the last of the trilogy between FTR and the Briscoes, ending in their dog collar match, which is showcased behind me with those Jazzware Vault figures. And then this one I didn't necessarily go to, but because it has our boy of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, Matt Cardona, on it, I figured why not. Final Battle 2024, the main event being, well, was it? I can't remember. Was it the actual main event on the show, or was it Athena and Billy Starks? Either way, double main event, Athena versus Billy Starks 2, and then Chris Jericho versus Matt Cardona. I may, if Billy Starks and Athena ever have the third match to end their trilogy, if they even do end a trilogy, I may get that DVD one day, just so I could say I have the trilogy. Who knows? If it ever happens. I'm just saying, just putting that out there. Putting that out there. I would not mind seeing, somewhere down the line, Athena and Billy Starks again. But speaking of Final Battle 2022, I like getting posters and things of that nature of all the shows I've been to, or, you know, plaques or something. I have a couple of plaques that have the ring canvases on there. I like getting stuff like that to commemorate the shows I've been to. And I finally got one for Final Battle 2022. I don't know if they ever released a official poster for the show, but this is the next best thing, and honestly, it's pretty cool. It looks amazing, especially in the frame I got for it. But the Briscoes winning the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles, ending the trilogy against FTR at Final Battle 2022. There you see, nice little 18 by 24 frame poster that this is. And then, speaking of AEW, as we're going to end, well, we're heading towards the end of the weekly purchases. Nice little DC crossover. I haven't read this yet or anything. They're still in their little packages, but I got 2 of the AEW Origins from DC, the little comic they did. I get 2 of every comic I buy, you know, 1 to read and then 1 to keep in the packaging. Who knows? Maybe one day, you know, as we see, we got Tony Storm, Will Ospreay, Orange Cassidy, Swerve Strickland, Britt Baker, and Darby Allin. Who knows? Maybe I'll go to another convention one of these days, say maybe another StarCast, and I'll get everyone to sign it. You never know. Just some cool to possibly do. And then, lastly, for this episode of Weekly Purchases, from Rippaverse Comics, the official #1 issue of The Horseman. I got my cover A and my cover D. Now, they had a Horseman comic previously, but it was more of a one-off to kind of test the waters to see if people would want a Horseman comic, which people did, especially me. Easily top 3 character in the whole Rippaverse for me. He's Horseman's right along there with Yaira and Bloodroof, in my opinion, as far as my top 3. You know, that's always switching the order. Horseman could be #1 one day. He'll probably be #1 after I get done reading the comic. But the next day could be Yaira, and that day after that, Bloodroof. They're the top 3, in my opinion. But yeah, got these beautiful, beautiful comics written by Chuck Dixon, who somewhere down the line I will try to find and buy his Batman run as I start delving more and more into comics. But yeah, that has been this episode of Weekly Purchases. I thank you for watching. Please leave a like, a comment, share the video, but most importantly of all, subscribe to Joey Knight Jr., and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.